Thank you to the good Dr. Boning for that sports update, all your scores and stuff. You can check it out on our Facebook page, or you can follow me on Twitter at Leon Rogers. You can follow Big Med on Twitter.
At Big Med.
Also, Sports Unplugged on Twitter, too.
At Sports Unplugged.
Go to the Facebook page. Hopefully, we'll have some shows up there for you to look at this week.
Shows? Oh, I mean on the Facebook page?
I mean, you show me every week that you're black. And once I start forgetting,
man. That ain't good, man.
Go right back in the brother mode.
Yeah.
You're right. Good.
CP time on everything.
Can't be like Nate.
I try.
First of all, you gotta get you some good ass hair. You don't have gray hair like Nate. You know what I'm saying? Nate is what we would call bait. If we all went out to the club, BC, we throw Nate out there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Then when they all come up, Asian, because he's going to attract them all.
Okay.
We get the fall off.
Because his hair is impeccable.
Impeccable. It's got like a Manning swag with a dash of vanilla ice.
Right. He don't even have like no flyaways.
No. This shit's cold, baby.
Right now.
You know what I'm saying? Got the James Dean, the young James Dean going. Dig? All right, man. Let's get into the NBA real quick. I want to talk about the Lakers first and foremost.
Uh-oh.
Now, when they put this team together, a lot of our good friends on Twitter got excited. I'm going to say some names.
Call them.
CB the Real, at Lindsay, was happy.
Oh,
and pigs and mud, you know. And I told them, in order for this LA team to be successful, Kobe is going to have to let the big fellas get off. And I mean, in order, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol. The reason why I say you have to let Dwight Howard get off and get his touches, because he's a baby. All right? Pau's not a baby. He knows what it takes to win, but he can become a malcontent and fall out of love with what's going on real quick. He's a moper. He mopes. When he mopes.
I was going to call him something else, but
I mean, we can't, you know, I know. But to me, he's a moper. All right, now you got Steve Nash there. Let Steve Nash handle the ball. Kobe, pick your spots, kill, preserve your legs. Fourth quarter when they need you, close out games. But meanwhile, as long as the big fella is having stat lines like 25 and 15, 25 and 20, and you're getting 15 and 10 from Powell, Kobe, you can have a 20-point game with no assists and nobody's going to trip because Nash will have 11. But then their coach comes up with this brilliant idea to run the Princeton offense. And all that shit just flew out the window, what I just said.
Yeah.
Should LA fans have a sense of urgency and panic, even though we're only 3 games in, and they just won last night against Detroit, where if you don't win against Detroit, you need to rescind your NBA card, delete the season, because Detroit is terrible.
Yeah. Should they be mad? Should they
get their hand hovering over the panic button?
No, because it's still kind of early. But I get you what you're saying as far as like that offense, man. That's just my biggest problem with it. Just the first thing is you got Steve Nash over the summer, which is a huge acquisition. Like
who's hurt now?
He's hurt now.
4 weeks,
broken leg. Shout out to Steve Nash, get better, man. But you know, you brought him in, and then you put in the offense.
Doesn't have that Phoenix medicine.
But then you, it ain't
just
even
go ahead.
Area 51.
Y'all go ahead and keep talking about it.
Do you notice? He brings up something. He brought that up last week. Notice everybody that's had like major injuries that played in Phoenix.
They get better. They get better. That's why Eric Gordon wanted to go out there.
Exactly.
Like, man,
drink some of the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
You think Eric Gordon would have a knee problem right now if he's playing with Phoenix?
Probably.
Hell
Eric
no.
Gordon would be a fool though if he leaves this. What they got going.
But no, go ahead, Brian. You're talking about Nash.
Go ahead. Finish
Nash. Man, like, how do you take the ball out of his hands? Like, he is the
consummate point guard, right?
Man. Yeah, consummate point guard. You pick and roll him and Dwight Howard, which is what he does best.
Insane.
You killing him.
Insane.
It's nothing. I mean, nobody can stop that. You pick and roll with Kobe. You pick and roll with Gasol. Now you got him one pass and coming off screens, running the baseline. Like, how you can't win like that?
And I even said if you didn't put the ball in Nash's hands, if you ran the triangle again.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard's an excellent passer from the post.
Yeah.
And so is Powell. So to either side. And then Kobe could get off, like get easy buckets. Or Steve Nash can knock down open jumpers. But anything except the Princeton.
The Princeton offense ain't won nothing, man.
It's for teams who have terrible players and they trying to
okay, we'll run the Princeton offense with your reserves when they come in.
Right.
But they're starting 5. Let Steve Nash do his
Well,
thing.
to play devil's advocate here. Kobe said that they want to have multiple ways of attacking you. So he said that Steve Nash can run the pick and roll at any time he wants to, but Steve Nash said he wants to have different ways of attacking because they'll be just if he does that, then he goes people will be able to defend the pick and roll. I'm like, I don't care if they know it's coming. It's you and Dwight Howard.
Listen,
you can't
man,
defend that.
Is the timer ticking on Mike Brown?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Yeah. I mean,
yes.
I talked to somebody.
Timer was ticking last year.
I talked to somebody that worked with the Hornets. Man, he was like, Mike Brown probably gonna get fired in 3 weeks. I'm like, nah, it ain't gonna be that
That's
soon.
crazy.
But if he make it to the All-Star break, I'd be surprised because unless they turn it around, unless they start winning, like you said, they beat Detroit. Man, that ain't.
Man, Mike Brown was on PTI saying, I'm expecting us to get it going in January. January. That's what he said.
Look, he said,
look for us to be really hitting our stride in January. I'm like, okay.
The only thing that's saving Mike Brown is he's Jim Buss's guy. Like he's handpicked by Jim Buss.
Jim Buss doesn't want to lose.
He don't want to say I made a mistake.
He's hard-headed like Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt him to trade Andrew Bynum. Like that was his guy. That was his project. That was his pick.
Baby.
You know what I'm saying? So it hurt him for him to have to do that. So. But man, we all know. Come on, man. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing but common sense. We all know Mike Brown ain't that dude.
James Harden, man.
Come on, man.
Fear the beard.
I don't know.
I still say we don't believe you. You need more people.
Me too.
3 games. You dropped his debut?
34, 45, 24.
Who did he drop 34 against?
Detroit.
Okay, 45.
Nah, the 45 was against Detroit. The 34 was against who they play.
45 was against Detroit?
Game.
Opening game was 40 something.
No, his opening game was 34. Then he had 45.
Then he had 45.
And 45 was against Atlanta.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Then they lost. Yeah, right.
A stifling defensive team.
See, that was my whole thing. Them
Lou Williams.
The first couple of games, man, like if you looked at it, they wasn't even running plays, man. Them boys was out there hooping, just running pick and roll.
Street ball.
Yeah, that was it. You know what I'm saying? And I was telling people and everybody getting all hyped up, Harden, this, that, and the other. I'm like, listen, man, 2 things. One, they're not running no plays, and when these scouts get on him and they start figuring out what he doing, they gonna shut all that down. So if he doing this in December, I get that man his props. But for right now, it's like when you get something new. You know what I'm saying? You get
Jeremy Lin.
What about him?
Jeremy Lin is
like I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. It's the exact same thing.
And Jeremy Lin is happy as hell right now. The attention is off.
Oh yeah, because it's all about the.
Go ahead, James.
Do your thing. I don't think he's a max player. I think he's very good. I don't think he's worth $80 million.
He is what he was. He was worth the 6th man. They might have overpaid him for that $55 million they offered him.
No, I think that was, but the 80. Come on, man. I mean,
he's Ben Gordon taller.
Oh.
And I love Ben. He's Ben Gordon taller.
One of my favorite Bulls ever.
But when he grabbed the
sack up.
When he grabbed the future,
what I do against Boston.
Yeah, but what I'm saying with James Harden, I think everyone expected him to get that $60 million deal. When you saw 5 years, 80, everyone was like, well, damn, y'all gave him max money. Because this reminds me of Joe Johnson. That's what reminds me of.
Robbed the league.
When Joe Johnson went and left Phoenix and went to Atlanta.
Robbed it. Well, he owes Steve Nash 10% of that contract.
He does.
Yeah.
But I would give Joe Johnson $80 million before I gave it to James Harden.
Yeah. Off sheer size alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, 6'8", hands the ball like a point guard. Go ahead.
If you're OKC and you're Durant and all those guys, are you mad at James Harden?
No.
You're not?
They took less money.
They took less money so they can keep his ass there. You're not mad at them just a little bit?
Now, I guess if you put it like that.
All of them took less money.
Yeah.
All of them said, hey, man, we're going to cut back Ibaka,
Yeah.
Westbrook.
Westbrook took the biggest hit.
I think he's the next to go, though.
Oh, Westbrook?
Well, no point in letting him go now.
No, I think he's going to want to leave.
You think he's going to want to leave?
Yeah. If they don't win a title within the next 2 years,
He gone.
and a certain little spot in L.A. opens up, he's going to try to run back
He's trying to
home.
get to the career.
Either him or Brandon Jennings. It's a race. Brandon Jennings already said, I'm auditioning for teams now.
Yeah.
Real talk, Milwaukee. Hang it up.
Hey.
I'm auditioning for squads right now. This
He
season,
said that last year.
I'm
in the
auditioning.
middle of last season.
Hey, Kobe Bryant ain't fought nobody since Shaq, but if they get Brandon Jennings, boy, he going to try to kill him.
you think?
Oh, man. Brandon Jennings is awful. He terrible.
Wow.
You don't think he would adjust?
No.
Wait, if Kobe's still around?
He got 2 years. Brandon Jennings will be a free agent next year, so he'll play with him what? Yeah, like 2 more years.
I think if
You
Brandon,
think, hold on, you think he's terrible?
I think he's awful.
Wow.
I think he's terrible. He's not very good. He's never shot 40% in his career.
But he wouldn't have to with LA. Just distribute the ball.
You got to shoot 40.
He's not going
Leon,
to do. He's not.
I'm talking about not even one time.
What about Rondo?
He don't have to do that.
That's my point.
But Brandon Jennings ain't built like that.
No, not at all.
What I'm saying is, Brandon Jennings is still fairly young, too. How many years has he been in the league?
What? This is
2. This should be his 3rd. This is 3rd.
This is
Third or fourth
year,
year, something like that.
3rd or 4th year. And his coach has been Scott Skiles. Now, you want to turn
now you gonna give him Mike Brown.
Yeah. no, not by y'all definition. He won't be there. Mike Brown will be gone. What I'm saying is, I've always thought, in dealing with young players, Scott Skiles and Larry Brown were the 2 worst coaches in the world.
Larry Brown is the worst.
If you want to destroy a young player's psyche, put them under their watch.
Well, I want to kind of keep it moving though. Going to Oklahoma City and how they playing right now. They're 1-2, but I feel that Kevin Martin has looked pretty good filling in that James Harden role. Actually,
Listen,
I thought it was a great pickup.
I think OKC got the better of that.
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, for 2 reasons. I mean, Kevin Martin, yes, he stays hurt a lot, but he get buckets.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen that.
Yeah.
And he's been the man, so
he can drop 30
Yeah.
with 5 shots.
Right. And he don't have to be the man no more, so he can come off the bench and do his thing. So that's the first reason. Second reason, and he can replace the production that Harden had.
Yeah, I
think
so.
Defensively, though, he's a liability.
Yeah, defensively he's liability, but the second reason is he's got an expiring contract that's worth like $12 or $13 million.
And dump it.
You dump it, let it run out, and you can replace that. You get you 2-3 more good guys.
Who else did they get in the deal too?
Jeremy Lamb.
That to me, that's the pickup I like more than anything because he's young and he's looking at guys. He's looking at guys that are young, so they can do 2 things. They can groom him, cultivate him, hope he turns out to be a good player, and use him as trade bait later on down the line to get somebody here. Or he could become the 3rd guy, and those guys that they already got signed, along with Ibaka, you cause a lot of matchup problems. You put him and Durant out on the court.
You know what else I like about that deal? When they're talking about all the number 1 picks they got and number 2, I didn't realize that one of the number 1 picks was Toronto's number 1 pick.
Yeah, so
I love that.
But who's coming out?
Is it this year or the next year? I didn't know if it was. I thought maybe it was like 20.
Maybe they get a shot to get Jabari.
2014.
That's what you're saying.
If they 2014, they would have.
Don't
shot.
the Bulls have a protected pick though for that?
Nah, that's Charlotte. No.
And you know, Charlotte, it'll happen again.
Charlotte will
set it up.
Charlotte, no. That Charlotte pick is in like 3 years. Jabari will already be in the league by the time the Bulls get that pick.
Hey, not if he don't go on that Mormon mission.
Yeah, you never know.
He could
The
go on that
Bulls already
mission.
talked to him. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
he could go on that mission straight out of high school.
I think he's going to Michigan State
Or his
personally,
type
but
of family will be like, we're going to at least do 2 years.
Yeah. Shout out to Sonny Parker, man.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, Miami Heat. How do you feel about them so far this year? And the New York Knicks. I actually like the Knicks right now with Stoudemire playing the 4.
Man, this is the first year that the Heat have legitimately scared me. They are really
Loaded.
good. Oh, they loaded.
Yeah.
You think that game against the Heat that they were just tired?
The Knicks? I don't think they care.
The Knicks, I'm sorry. The Knicks. You think they were up for that game?
No, I just think it was a waste of time because they didn't even feel like playing the game because of what happened with Sandy and everything like that. You heard them complaining about it, and then after the game, they're talking about James Harden. They weren't even talking about the game.
I mean, the Heat, they notoriously, they start slow anyway. Like, I remember when they first put the team together, they didn't get out to a good start. Everybody was talking. Last year, they didn't get out to a good start. Everybody was talking. Around December, January,
that's
when they started rolling.
Yeah.
They don't lose in December.
I will say this, though. It's hard not to like the Heat team as far as basketball is concerned, but they really got to stop with the bitching. And then I hate it that it's our homeboy from here.
He the biggest one.
He's the biggest crybaby on the team, and I hate that because he's so awesome as a player. Like when I hear him say the foul that Rondo did,
that was
dirty. It wasn't
that was
dirty.
not a dirty.
Dirty would have been if he took you all the way down to the ground.
To the ground.
He didn't. He just stopped you from getting the layup, getting buckets.
You didn't get the Kobe Bryant, Rajah Bell treatment. Y'all remember that?
You broke my man. But I'm just saying, for you to call somebody dirty, you broke somebody's nose in a meaningless game.
You did. In the All-Star game.
You kicked Rip Hamilton in the leg Remember that? Where like he pushed him.
You put
what is
Rajon Rondo in an MMA armbar in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I can't really honor you saying somebody's being dirty to you, D. Like, come on, just play ball, man.
But that's what he do, man. But you know, like you said, it takes away from him being a great player. He just always.
That's my only knock on him. You cry, you whine about everything when it's not going your way.
Yeah.
You're almost like the Cam Newton of basketball.
Oh, no killer in him.
Oh man, Cam Newton want to put a bullet in his own head. All right. All right. Coming up, we got Andrew Luck, RG3. Who you got now?
Flip flop.
Who you got now?
Huh?
Is Mr. Doing the Dougie Martin? Is he in your top 3 for Rookie of the Year now?
He's a beast.
Let's see what else we got coming up. Coming up, we also have Coach Pagano. His little speech after the Indianapolis Colts won their game. Leon Rodgers looking like a prophet right now. And then, last but not least, Terry Bradshaw with the quote of the week.
Terry, you lost your damn mind, brother.
Yeah. Uh-huh.